name of Allah, the most gracious and the most merciful. My name is Myra Suhail and I am from Biomedical Engineering Technology Department of University of Engineering and Technology, Texas. My research group is SEED, Syndicate of Embedded and Electronic Design. I am going to present my research work regarding an automated and facile method for the detection and classification of diseases in the field of gastroenterology by using a novel methodology of surface electromyography. The contents which I am going to discuss include motivation, introduction, literature review, proposed methodology, results and discussions, conclusion and prospects. Firstly, the motivation. Gastrointestinal diseases are among the widely occurring diseases worldwide, and particularly the people in the tropical areas of the world are widely affected by these diseases. Around the globe, about 11.2% of the people are currently suffering from functional gastrointestinal disorders. These disorders also lead to the emotional and psychological disturbances apart from affecting the human health, and they may cause sleep disorders, anxiety, and even depression. Of the gastrointestinal diseases, diarrhea and constipation are the one. 27% of the world population is suffering from constipation, and diarrhea is the second major cause of death among infants. The introduction of the technique which I opted. Surface electromyography is the technique which I opted. Surface word suggests that it's a facile, superficial, non-invasive method, and electromyography is the measure of myoelectric activity of muscles. Human intestine are also the muscles, and so they have their associated electrical and mechanical activity. That electromechanical activity of intestine is studied using surface electromyography that gives information about the motility of the intestine. In case of certain gastrointestinal disorders, the motility is disrupted, as in case of diarrhea, which is a case of increased intestinal motility, while in constipation there is decreased intestinal motility. So by using surface EMG, those diseases can be detected. Then the literature review. No such previous work was conducted in which the surface electromyography technique is used for the detection of gastrointestinal diseases. Even this technique was not even used to study the activity of the intestinal muscles. Rather, the researchers in the previous 2 decades worked on EENG, electroenterography, to study the activity of the intestinal muscles, and for that needle electrodes were used which were placed inside the abdomen on the intestine, and for that they required incisions and surgeries. So the subject of most of the study were beagle dogs. But this research work is on surface electromyography, and my proposed technique and the methodology is a superficial and non-invasive method, while the previous research work which has been conducted used an invasive technique which required surgery and incision to place the electrode in order to record and study the electrical and the mechanical activity of the intestine. My proposed methodology. The first step is data acquisition of the raw SEMG surface electromyography signals from the abdomen, which is followed by segmentation and pre-processing using the technique of empirical mode decomposition. Then there is feature extraction, and the feature extracted are mel frequency, substrate coefficient, and the classification is done using the support vector machines, and the results are classified into the 3 categories of constipation, diarrhea, and normal. Firstly, the data acquisition. As I have already discussed in the literature review section, there is no previous research work on which the researchers use the technique of surface electromyography to study or to detect the gastrointestinal disorders. So the data was acquired using the EMG sensor by placing the electrodes as shown in the figure on the abdominal surface of the subjects, and the subject was lying in the supine position during the data acquisition. Data was recorded at a sampling rate of 1 kHz, and each sample has a duration of 2 minutes. Data was acquired from the individuals from both healthy and afflicted classes. A total of 77 samples were acquired from the diseased classes, and 65 samples were acquired from the normal healthy humans by placing the electrodes on their abdominal surface. Here are the plots in time domain as well as in frequency domain of all the 3 classes of the abdominal surface EMG. As the SEMG signal is non-linear and non-stationary, so for pre-processing and segmentation, the empirical mode decomposition technique was opted. And by empirical mode decomposition, the data of surface EMG was Each SEMG signal was decomposed into various intrinsic mode functions ranging from higher to lower frequency. And the EMD plots of the three classes are shown. EMG signal of the abdomen is affected by the artifacts from the cardiac and respiratory ends, and these artifacts lie in the lower frequency domain, so the region of interest must be in a higher frequency domain and the figure clearly indicates that the IMF1 of each category shows the clear difference, so the IMF1 of each category is extracted as the region of interest, and the pre-processed signal of all the three classes in both time and frequency domain are shown. Then, using substral analysis, mel-frequency substral coefficients are extracted, which are the feature of extraction. The input signal is time-framed and each frame is windowed. Frequency domain of each frame is computed using discrete Fourier transform, and mel-frequency spectrum is computed on mel scale. For surface EMG of abdomen, 4 mel-frequency substral coefficient, 4 MFCC are obtained. For classification of SEMG signals from normal as well as the subject suffering from diarrhea and constipation, the support vector machines are used. As I had a fewer number of samples, so SVM algorithm was used, which determines the support vectors by mapping the input data using kernel method onto the feature space and outputs a hyperplane that classify the data into the three classes, and the kernel used is the cubic kernel of SVM at tenfold cross validation. Moving towards the results and discussion, the performance of the various features at various classifiers was evaluated, and the combination of the 4 MFCC features gave the highest accuracy of 100% at the cubic kernel of SVM at tenfold cross validation. And the scatter plots of the 4 MFCC at cubic SVM also indicate that these are the very best features for the classification of data into the three classes of normal and the two diseases, diarrhea and constipation. And the performance is also evaluated at various kernels of SVM, and the cubic kernel gave 100% accurate results. And there is a confusion in metrics at cubic SVM, and the accuracy is 100%, which is obtained after various iterations, and this method is found to be 100% accurate for the classification of the data of SEMG into the normal, diarrhea and constipation classes. Conclusion and prospects. This research is a novel methodology, and it's a first step that opens the door of research in the domain of gastroenterology for the detection of disease using the SEMG signatures. It's a non-invasive method. This research not only proves the non-invasiveness of this method for recording and studying the intestinal activity, but also provides an accurate method for the classification and detection of disease. As in this research, only 2 diseases were detected. Similarly, in the future, more diseases can also be detected and classified using the SEMG signatures. This is a very simple method as far as computational complexity is also concerned, and it's a very painless method, and it possesses no danger to human health as well. And such method, when in practice, will help the medical practitioners to detect and classify the gastrointestinal diseases automatically, and it will bring the revolution in the medical diagnosis in the field of gastroenterology. Here are the references which I have cited. Thank you.